Hello, HQTs! I am back from my US adventures and so happy to get down to some serious quizzing with you today. While I'm streaming into your phone as we speak, did you know music streaming is officially making more money than CDs and vinyl for the first time ever? But hold on, people still buy CDs and vinyl? That's a shocker right there. Well, however you consume your music, you are about to turn those dance moves to money moves. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your digital quiz jockey, and this is HQ Trivia, where what's in your head could win you some bread. Now, the rules here are simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions from easy to hard. You have 10 seconds to tap the answer. If you get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right, and you win or you split the cash. That's right. And today we have a speaker blowing £550 off the grabs. That will get you 55 of the greatest albums of all time on CD, VIP tickets to a couple of concerts, or subscriptions to all the streaming services for a long, long time. But before you play the cash, you've got to slay that cash. Let's get this party started with Q1. Which of the following is Britain's longest river? The Nile, Niagara Falls, River Severn? If you know the geography of Britain, this one will be glaringly obvious to you. Only 22% of the Nile runs through Egypt, but an even smaller 0% of it runs through Britain. Better at flowing along than falling down is the River Severn. Of course, here on Q1, 96,000 of you are flowing onwards. 10,000 if you thought the Nile. No, HQTs. At just over 8 marathons long, the River Severn finishes its run by collapsing into the Bristol Channel. Q2. A feeling of extreme tiredness after a long flight is known as what? Jet lag, jet wash, jet throw. I've been experiencing this one lately. After being in San Diego. The clock on the wall says 3 p.m., but the clock in your body says 4 a.m., turning even the perkiest of us into zombies is jet lag. Who's lagging behind here? 95,232 of you aren't lagging. My top tips for dealing with jet lag: either stay on your home time when traveling or just stay home and avoid it altogether. Now, we see you out there, players. I want to say hello to the Pug Pig team, to Becky and Joss Lester. Hello to Zeus, Jess, Antonio and Karen, and to Ross and the Frank Craig Shop Boys. Hi to the Nesbit crew, the Wild Weasels, Oliver in Oxford Circus, and the Expedia crew in Edinburgh. Also to Pam and Paddy. Good luck to all of you. On to Q3. Which of these is the setting for Desperate Housewives? Elm Street, Wisteria Lane, Sesame Street. Desperate housewives, not housewives who happen to be desperate. Two different things. There were plenty of nightmare choices being made, but none of the Freddy Krueger variety. Far too saucy for Sesame Street. Wisteria Lane is where the drama went down. 87,292 of you with a dramatic win here. First broadcast in 2004, the show contrasted a picture-perfect suburb setting with debauchery of the dirtiest kind. Q4. Which of these is the title of David Bowie's final album? Heathen, The Next Day, Black Star. The late, great David Bowie. Legend in the game. Even his earliest works sound like they come from the future, but which one was released the closest to it? Signing off in stellar style is 2016's Black Star. That was the name of his last album. 61,268 of you HQ stars are still with us. His 25th and final album, Bowie passed away just 2 days after its release. Gone way too soon. We love Bowie. Q5. Which of these celebrities does not have a carnivorous plant named after them? David Attenborough, Helen Mirren, Cher. Now that's when you know you made it, when you have a carnivorous plant named after you. Munching away. They wouldn't hurt a fly, but the plants named after them certainly would. Keeping her name to herself on this one. Auto-tune pioneer, Cher, for the win here on Q5. And that was quite a brutal question right there. 30,000 of you gone just like that here on Q5. 27,929 of you sharing this win, though. The Nepenthes Helen nibbles on insects, while the Nepenthes Attenborough is big enough to dine on rats. Scary stuff. Q6. Which of the following was invented in New York? The Panama hat, the Brazilian wax, the Dutch auction. Who's been fooling us all along? What do you think, players? The Big Apple was originally called New Amsterdam, but the Dutch auction left its roots at home, painfully removing those curlies, though. It's the Brazilian wax. That was invented in New York, and that was a savage question right there. 2/3 of you gone. Sausages. Sizzling sausages. 9,932 of you are waxing your way towards that big win. Taking off with a squeal in the 90s, this waxing star was invented by Brazilian immigrants living in New York. Ouch is all I can say to that. Q7. Which of these authors' names is a pseudonym? George Eliot, J.R.R. Tolkien, Edgar Allan Poe. Who's the pseudonym of the bunch? J.R.R. Tolkien may sound unrealistic, but John Ronald Reuel was just born with a star's name. Mary Ann Evans in Groucho glasses. It's George Eliot. That's the pseudonym we were looking for here. 4,282 if you're still with us on another brutal question. Evans doubled up on the boys' names as female authors still struggled to get published in the 1800s. What a shame. Q8. What gift did the King of France once send to Henry III? An elephant, stuffed swans, a ventriloquist. I would have sent all three of them right back. Not the most thoughtful gifts, really. Henry sure loved a swan, but he'd rather stuff it in his garb than put it on display. Taking Secret Santa way too far, the French king sent an elephant to Henry III. What was he supposed to do with that? 1,847 of you stomping onwards. Heza received so many exotic animals, the Tower of London was turned into a zoo just to house them all. Q9, which Eurovision act's victory was followed by their country failing to win any points the next year. Lordi, Dana International, Conchita Wurst. From highs to a serious low. Our days of winning are far behind us now, but which of these Eurovision heroes was followed by a pointless zero is the rather ironically named Conchita Wurst? That's what we were looking for here on Q9. 838 of you are the best in game right now. Austria followed first with the definitely worse Make song, I Am Yours. Yeah, I was bad. Q10, which podcast subjects have included boring Facebook groups and hacked Uber accounts. This American Life, Reply All, Serial. It's all about the podcast nowadays. Everybody has one. Hacking an Uber account may be illegal, but Serial was dealing with a much more serious crime, from inbox spam to podcast gold. It's Reply All. Reply All, your winning answer. 385 of you replying to the next round. Debuting in 2014, the show features stories about how people shape the internet and how the internet shapes us back. Are you ready for Q11? What was the profession of the person credited with discovering the Great White Spot on Saturn? Baker, comedian, undertaker. Better than discovering a Great White Spot on your shirts. Right? A serious stargazer by night, but what was Will Hayes' day job? Chuckling through the cosmos, he earned his day dollars as a comedian. Who's laughing now? 41 of you laughing now on another savage question right here on Q11. Bring it back to earth, guys. We are moving on to the final round. 41 players left in the game. 14 additional players using their extra lives to get back in £550 sterling. Up for grabs. Good luck to all of you. Which of these footballers played an army sniper in a 2006 World War II film? Eric Cantona, David Ginola, Vinnie Jones. Everything riding on this one right now, players. Crack shots on the pitch, but which of them played a deadly crack shot in the last drop? HQ favourite Cantona has starred in plenty of films, but he isn't the only French footballer to do so, from hair adverts to headshots. David Ginola for the win here on Q12, and we have 6 winners, my lovelies. massive congratulations to our 6 winners. On this Wednesday afternoon, you are taking home £91.67. We've got Bobby Peru 2 looking happy, cuddling, I think his son right there maybe. We've got Rachel McKinley, we've got John Yardley, we've got Sierra Vivo with a nice little thing of flowers on your head right there. What are you guys going to do with that cash? Maybe get yourself a carnivorous plant to name after yourself. Take a boat trip down the River Severn. So much you can do with that cash. Another fantastic game, HQTs. You nailed it. As always, come find me on Twitter and Instagram. Right here. Let me know how you got on. Request those shout outs for tonight as well. And of course, I'll be back at 9 p.m. when another £550 will be up for grabs for you. Until then, have a great day and I will see you in a few, my lovelies. Bye.